And then we go more red like this with a little hint of orange next to the teeth. Maybe with a texture like this one. Like, you guys can't see tears in my eyes right now. I am literally crying from happiness of the way this looks. Hi guys, my name is Bardante, and let's sculpt a mouth inside of a tree trunk for my horror game. So yeah, last time we started working on this first big puzzle location that will be consistent of this main gate that we need to go through and 4 separate areas right here that will introduce different parts of the puzzle. And one of them will be this tree that has something that looks like human teeth in it. And later, as you progress through the puzzle, you get to open this mouth and get certain things from inside of it. So I'll go ahead and prepare like an empty area right here and a little base for our tree trunk. But the actual sculpting and like the main material work will be done in ShapeLab. And thank you ShapeLab for sponsoring this video. And speaking of ShapeLab, if you've been thinking about giving it a try, but didn't want to spend money on it before trying first, you can now get a 5-day free trial if you download ShapeLab from the ShapeLab website, contrary to their Steam page. So if you go to the link that's in the video description, and I think you'll create an account and download ShapeLab from there, you get to try it for free in its full glory for 5 days. After 5 days of free ShapeLab, you have the option to buy it for an annual or monthly subscription plan, aside from the perpetual license on Steam. And now there is a 50% discount on the subscriptions, so check out the website through the link in the video description for all the details. Now let's go ahead and quickly prepare things. I'll just drop a quick empty patch right here, the bold patch. There we go. And now let's go ahead and prepare a little base right here. A tree trunk is a cylinder, and let's make it like 10 meters tall. My plan for the whole thing is actually very funny. I was thinking like, will I have to make the whole tree and make it, you know, look very similar to these trees to make it work? Then I looked into the Quixel trees and I realized they're all modular. Like, they're not actual, like, consistent shapes. You see, this is 2 models overlapping each other, and like all the little branches and everything, they're sort of modular, and I'll be able to pretty much break them apart and put them on top of my new tree trunk. So that's kind of the plan. The only thing is I'll need to make sure there's a certain decent looking base like this on the tree, but that I'll probably take care of later. Today we're focusing on the human jaw inside of a tree trunk part. Now I'll move the pivot point a little bit higher, and therefore our tree will automatically land a bit lower on the ground. And I mean, I can do a basic remesh. I don't need to do it here, but like voxel wrap, so we would just have a nice consistent spread of polygons right away. Let's see what it looks like next to the character, if this is the size of the tree we would like to have, because I haven't really thought through the diameter of the tree. This may be a bit too narrow. I mean, it's alright. If anything, it's kind of thicker than the other trees in this area, so just about right, actually. And yeah, I don't want the, you know, the mouth to become ridiculously huge. I'll still need to think through how exactly it goes, like it needs to be dissecting the whole tree trunk or like halfway, how huge is it gonna be? Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop John right next to it, so we know the height, like where the thing should be. It should be like here. I'll make a mark then. This is so cool that I can quickly do this, to have the model exactly in the shape, proportions, scale that I will actually need. So I'm thinking like right here, a little negative sculpt like this. Yeah, I think this is a good placement. Looks great, 50% of the work done. Now let's export this thing to open it in ShapeLab. Asset actions, export as my beloved GLB. Mouthy trunk. Why not? Now onto this thing. Alright, we're in. Here's our sphere. Also, I'm in this environment that is looking pretty cool. I decided to choose it because I wanted to see the reflections on glossy surfaces when I'll be working with PBR material. And what's funny is today in this daily art app, I literally saw this very environment, which is really funny. It even has the same kind of hole at the top. What kind of a coincidence is that? I guess this is the Pantheon in Rome. So let's import a model. Mouthy trunk. Default translation. Don't move anything because I'm gonna need to import it back into Unreal. And right now, a very important part, if you're importing a base mesh to work from, don't touch it. Don't use like middle finger triggers or anything to move this model around in this mode. This is the scene mode. This one. This is where we manipulate objects, and now you can very clearly see it because there's all kinds of bounding boxes and axes showing up on it, so it's pretty clear. So now I'll just go to the sculpting mode, and now I can move it around. Now I'm like moving the whole scene instead of, you know, translating an object inside of the scene. So yeah, that's one important thing to keep in mind. By the way, the model imported in a very nice state. I don't even have any glitches with it or anything. It looks perfect. Well, I mean, it's low resolution, so I'll go ahead and probably right away remesh the heck out of it. Let's smooth as much as possible. I guess we should use lower res. Oh, it's fading away like that. Like, you sure? Sure about that? So, this is where we need our mouth, right? The stuff I have to work with in my job, like, let's see how we can put a mouth in a tree trunk. So, I'm gonna sculpt it in like an open way, obviously, like it should be open, and then I'll close it somehow. I think I want to like widen it a little bit from the mouth, you know, so it wouldn't feel like cheap, just a mouth put in a trunk and that's it. It needs to like talk to it. And so I'm thinking we should go into sort of a throat in there. So we'll have like teeth and a tongue, all kinds of stuff. It will be like strikingly a mouth. What I love about ShapeLab is how you can just dive into working on a model, never leave it before you end up with like a fully sculpted, texturized in all the ways you want, like with roughness and metalness and even emission. Then you can quickly project normals and see what it looks like in Unreal Engine or Blender or wherever you want it to be, and continue working. Like, you can really spend so much time in here and you got everything you need, you know? Even though the app is clearly still developing and many cool things are coming, this is just so dope. I like how the brush sizes can go really huge, and that lets you, you know, make the model very big comparing to you, so you can go with very high precision that way. And don't worry, I will be looking up references of a mouth, because this is not going anywhere if I don't do that. Like, when you're just doing something that's just a mouth, or just anything, you gotta be very specific and maybe almost impress with the level of precision on this thing. That's how storytelling goes, that's how design goes in this regard. Let's fill up this tree with a color, because it's so light right now. I'm kind of having a hard time seeing some details. I mean, I could just use a matte cap right over here. Instead of the PBR, I could use any of these guys, and this would definitely show me all the details I need. But I think I would like to stick to seeing just PBR, because I'll later be painting it. But I'll right away just fill this object with like tree color. Bam. Okay, that's glossy. Bam. All right. Let's go lighter than that. I mean, in the level in Unreal, I have kind of like lighter tree trunks, something like this. Alright, about references. I wonder, I have this one option of sort of looking up in the browser right in my MetaQuest, which is arguably pretty convenient to me, and you guys won't see much of that, unless I'll start yet another recording. But the point is just human mouth. That's what I'm gonna be looking up. Oh my god, this is disgusting. You guys are so lucky you're not seeing this right now. Ugh, what's wrong with their teeth? Of course, who would make an elaborate, non-flattering photo of a healthy mouth? So I'm looking at a bunch of gross stuff. If only I had a mouth to take a picture of. Okay, I looked at a bunch of mouths, and I can tell you one thing. It's pretty tight in there. So I'm gonna start by thickening in these cheeks, kind of like this. And yeah, teeth definitely don't go that wide right away. Like, that width in there is correct, but all of this, no. Like, that's something I definitely knew. I guess I was just confused by the fact that the trunk is round when the human jaw shouldn't be actually like that. So I'm actually right now defining only gums, because teeth are gonna be a separate object, same as the tongue. And yeah, I remember there were pretty strong, intense connections in here surrounding the throat entrance. Okay, that's already looking a lot more like an actual mouth. Let's actually paint some mouth on it right now. Oh, that's very jolly. Yeah, something like that. Looks good. So aside from the general shape, another really interesting part to decide on is like what the lips will look like. I'm thinking they should look like they're dry and cracked in a way, you know, so they would sort of transition into a tree trunk that way. That would be cool. This is like the most asymmetrical mouth. Let's straighten you up a notch. Alright, let's add in a tongue, just like that. Fill it up with the same material right away, although it doesn't seem to be reflective. Oh, the roughness is different actually. I can pick up a material like this. Bam! So yeah, the tongue should just lay in the mouth normally, you know? No surprises here. And because it's gonna lay down like that, you know, we need to see that and make sure we don't work on the surfaces that won't be visible anyway. Tongue is making everything more fun. What the hell, let's add teeth then. I'm gonna start with the one tooth. Something like that. So I'll just put it right here. And then I'll work on it a little bit, I'll smooth it out, make it kind of like a vague base shape of a tooth, kind of like that. And now I wanna do some gizmo magic with cloning. Like that. Oh yeah, in this case, definitely not a gizmo. It's way more of a just clone mode, but moving it by hand. Like that. Also, why am I doing them in front of the gums? You guys should be right here. Oh yeah, this is looking so crooked unintentionally at all, but I love it. And I can quickly like widen this guy, because there's no business for that kind of narrow teeth in this place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's wrong. So that one is an extra. Let's kill it. That way we're getting 32, right? Okay, let's do the top row. Oh, that's looking hot at the moment. Okay, I mean, all of this needs to be more precise, but right now I wanna realign the tongue and then see what it looks like in the level. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This little guy. Otherwise, what kind of mouth is that? Alright. Alright, let's try this one with vertex color. I'm not sure it's gonna show up though. But I mean, here's the object, here's the shape. Well, this is looking so nice with lumen. Let's replace ye. Bam! Just like that. Alright, looks intimidating. Let's see if I can import the textured version. Alright, I can see everything's kinda applied in there. Let's have a look by replacing. Damn, son! Oh my god. This is a huge mouth, damn. When you're standing next to it with your character that you're responsible for. Oh, I'm gonna put some, tension in the moment where John will need to take something from the mouth, because it will really feel like it will just bite the arm off. Oh my god. Those teeth are white as heck though. And yeah, again, this is like the open state of it. Most of the time the player will see it, it will be closed. So I wonder what that'll look like. Man, I keep being shocked by the way how I can just... a moment ago I was sculpting this in VR and now it's here with all the materials applied and everything. Immediately can just preview it and then keep working. This is just the best part of everything. So dope. Alright, let's fast forward to tomorrow and continue with putting more details into all of this. Hey, welcome back. Nothing new? Let's continue. Oh good, so it loaded everything. I was kinda confused. The file, like the ShapeLab file, weighed only 2.2 megabytes. I mean, maybe that makes sense. It's just a certain amount of polygons and it's just colors and all that kind of data on them, but felt a bit wrong. Okay, so today I wanna just work on the texture surrounding the mouth and inside the mouth of like the gums especially. Gums are a big one here. Let's probably start with that. I feel like I'm like stretching the gums a bit upwards every time. I wonder if this other mode that's called line would help. Well, it's stronger and doesn't seem to be helping exactly. Oh, let's also add like, I don't know, it probably will never be visible, but little stretching thing. I feel it's like the only one at the top lip. Since I am pulling the lip upwards, why not show this stuff? I think I want to repeat something similar at the bottom lip, so I'm gonna pull it lower to expose the gums a bit more. I want it to look like struggling. Man, I gotta say, even though I'm like fasting for like the third day right now, so I'm feeling a bit low energy in general, but like my arms are feeling great, and that's because I've been working out in VR every day for like the last month at least. And while overall I'm like feeling kinda chill, my arms are like, bruh, what you wanna do? Where do you wanna go? Oh my god. Quite an effect, generally. Who would have thunk that you can gain muscle mass by just swinging controllers around very fast. So yeah, doing some nice progress. I kinda like the way it's turning out. Oh my god, that bottom jaw is really bringing things into presence. Looking cool. Had a thought for a moment that, like, since I'm working with like 32 teeth and a tongue and the rest, could use like a quick shortcut way, like a fast way of switching between objects to sculpt on. Because right now, like, I'm on this tooth. How do I switch to that one? Could use a fast way. But then I realized the slow way is fast. You like click, 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 and I'm here. Then click, 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 and I'm here. It's pretty fast. Switch to the scene mode, click on an object, switch back to the brush mode. Pretty freaking fast. Oh, I kind of love the fact that I will be modeling each tooth even without symmetry applied, because it's so gonna look so much better. I mean, maybe I could benefit from, you know, making the base shape for all of them and then just quickly go through and modify them. That's definitely a way to go. But since there's really not too much work on this anyway, it's kind of cool, like so much character is presented in just asymmetrical teeth. So yeah, I noticed the big thing about making teeth looking like teeth is making them narrower at the top. And of course, not round at the bottom. Although I did see some people with round teeth at the bottom. Boogie, for one. But yeah, making them slimmer and introducing this gap at the top, it's immediately looking like teeth. So cool. And then you even have like a space to bring this down a little bit, and it's all coming together. Really cool. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep going with the rest of these guys and yeah, listen to some cool music. Now, this was pretty cool. Felt like a dentist, spending quite some time with these teeth. Dropped some detail at the rare part in there. Not sure if it will be necessary due to the lighting and everything. We'll see about that. Wanna work a little bit on the character of this right now, like make it not just default mouth, you know, but something that has like an evil eyebrow almost with these gums. Like a frown like this. This is cool. Maybe the teeth should also slightly increase on that. I feel like I want to make the lips thinner a bit. That'll be cooler, for sure. Yeah, this way is gonna look like, it's not just naturally normal mouth in the tree trunk. It's more like the teeth are inside, but the lips are stretched to fit with the surface of the tree trunk. Like it's very intensely stretched. Okay, I feel like I want to break it apart a little bit with like this sharp move tool. So that's how we get into that dry, semi-flesh, semi-wood look. And yeah, this level of detail, I feel like this is just like these bumps on the sides, they're very cartoonish. I felt that way at the very beginning, but I had nothing else to propose in its stead. Okay, textures really help bringing it a little bit further than just a cartoonish design. Using like masking and move tool in combination to get like really sharp shifts like this, because I want it to look like I mean it. Cool. Okay, now for some texture with some cool alphas and the spray mode. This should be good. Now since we're at it, let's shape the tree overall a little bit. Nothing crazy, I'm not sure what exactly I want from it when I'm here, but I do know I want some base like this. And let's maybe just make it a little bit not absolutely perfectly cylindrical. Alright, I think that'll be enough for the sculpt level. The rest I'll see how I will blend it together with the Megascan's trees and all, in terms of the rest of the body. What I want to do right now is introduce more colors and basic textures, especially on teeth right now, because they are ridiculously white. So let's check out what this is. Yeah, roughness should be lower on these guys, that's for sure. Something like this. Oh, it's so nice to do it with this ray pointing device. Already much better. Now let's introduce some of that, whatever it's called, on the teeth. The gross part, like scum or something. I don't remember. Yeah, just do this gradient. It's always looking awesome. Plaque. It's called plaque. Okay, now some teeth details. I think I want to start with a little crease. And now let's see about some bumps like this. Now adding some color. I overall made the tongue brighter since it looked too dark and unreal. This mouth meaty color. And now let's see the main stuff. I will pick this and fill it up. Maybe I'll leave this dark color in many other areas, like closer to the wood, for instance. But all of this will be nice and pink. And then we go more red like this with a little hint of orange next to the teeth. Maybe with a texture, like this one. Oh my god, yes. A little bit of that in here as well. This texture is great. Like, you guys can't see tears in my eyes right now. I am literally crying from happiness of the way this looks. Alright, I think this is not 2.2 megabytes anymore. Now let's do lips like this a little bit. Is it looking good? Oh yeah, I think it's a good combination of colors. Now let's go ahead and see what it looks like in Unreal. Can't wait. Alright, let's see our improvements. Replace. Damn. Oh my god, it's so much bloodier in here. That's better. Little gamma curve fix. Okay, that's good stuff. I think the teeth are still too bright. Like, this is a lumen's light sticking around for a bit too long. But even without that, like, it's just very white. I wonder how dark should I make them eventually. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Moist. I'm happy how much of the detail is actually totally noticeable. Like, it's all on the nose, even though there's no nose. But yeah, this is some sick result. I hope I'll be able to blend it together with the rest of the trees like this nicely without failing miserably. But I think I can pull it off. And yeah, the closed version of this mouth, I'll be able to control how noticeable it will be, because it's all about how much of this tree trunk lips I'll lower around the teeth. It should be like noticeable, but not too crazily noticeable. Good stuff. Jesus, look at that. That's looking pretty cool. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget about the link in the video description to check out ShapeLab for 5 days for free. And yeah, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! This is such a cool shot. I love it. Looks quite striking, and, you know, with a decent amount of realism and everything. I'm happy I removed those bumps on the sides and introduced some more precise textures to the surface. Worked out pretty well.